Right, let's dive straight into this explainer. We're talking about something almost all of us have dealt with at some point, yet it's incredibly misunderstood. I'm talking about the modern epidemic of low back pain. Today, we're going to break down exactly what's happening inside your body, why our modern, everyday lifestyles are basically custom designed to wreck our lower backs, and, most importantly, the actual, sustainable ways we can fix it. So, quick question for you. Are you sitting down right now? I want you to take a really quick scan of your body. Let's be honest, you're probably hunched forward a bit, right? Is your lower back supported, or is it just kind of floating there in the air, taking on the entire weight of your upper body? Connecting how you physically feel right now to what we're about to discuss is absolutely crucial, because the exact way you're sitting at this very moment, it might be feeding a silent, creeping issue in your lower vertebrae.
It is actually staggering to realize that 90% of low back pain cases are non-specific. That means they aren't tied to one single obvious disease or some sudden trauma. And because of this, it's become the #1 cause of disability worldwide. But here is the real kicker. Low back pain used to be something we thought of as an older generation problem. Now, because we're all sitting down so much more and remote work is everywhere, it's heavily impacting much younger people and freelancers. We're literally engineering a whole new generation of back pain.
Okay, Section 1, Anatomy of the Alarm, Redefining Pain.
To really get what's going on with the spine, we have to completely change how we think about discomfort. The biggest thing to remember is that pain is not just some annoying nuisance you can rub cream on and ignore. It's a critical active warning system. It's your body explicitly telling you that your lower vertebrae or your sacroiliac joint are either actively being damaged or they're under so much stress that severe damage is right around the corner. When you feel that ache, that is a literal alarm blaring in your nervous system. So what's actually happening mechanically when that alarm goes off? Well, if we ignore it, the structural damage outpaces your body's ability to repair itself. See, your vertebrae are supposed to have this specific curve, called the lumbar lordosis. But when things go wrong, the spaces between your joints get squished, they narrow. That's a condition known as stenosis. Your vertebrae can even physically shift forward or backward. And since your spinal cord runs right through those spaces, any shifting immediately irritates the nerves. That's exactly why a back issue so often shows up as tingling in your feet, sudden weakness, or even losing sensation in your lower body entirely.
Moving on to Section 2, Hidden Everyday Causes.
You know, it's rarely a massive, dramatic injury that ruins our backs. It's the boring, mundane stuff we do every single day. Bad ergonomics and lazy habits drastically mess with your spine's mechanics. Like prolonged, unsupported sitting, that directly flattens and destroys your natural lumbar curve. Then you have asymmetrical standing. Say you shift all your weight to one side because of a cranky knee. That tiny tilt immediately triggers waist and joint pain on that side. And bending forward for long stretches, your back is biologically engineered to transfer weight down to your legs. When you bend over, you're forcing your back to carry that weight itself, which it is simply not built to do.
And oh, this brings us to a massive myth. So many people hit the gym to build an aesthetic core. They want those visible six-pack abs, or they just focus on their chest and glutes. But they completely ignore the true core, which includes those really deep trunk and back muscles. The danger here is pure mechanics. If your back muscles are weak, they literally cannot hold your joint spaces open. Gravity wins, the joint space collapses, stenosis sets in, and boom, the alarm bells of back pain start ringing all over again.
Section 3. The painkiller trap.
When it comes to dealing with this discomfort, millions of us fall into the exact same trap every day. We basically look at two options, painkillers or physiotherapy. What a lot of folks don't realize is that painkillers do absolutely nothing to fix the mechanical cause. Nothing. They just intercept the pain signal on its way to the brain so you don't feel it. Physiotherapy, on the other hand, actually steps in to fix the root mechanical damage, the narrow joint spaces and the terrible ergonomics that caused the problem in the first place.
I mean, think about it. Popping painkillers for back pain is literally like turning off your fire alarm while your kitchen is engulfed in flames. You can take a pill again and again, but the structural damage in your back is silently getting worse. Your body tries its best to adapt, but eventually the physical destruction is just too much for it to repair. You haven't fixed the problem at all. You've just muted the warning system.
Section 4. Sustainable Solutions. Luckily, we absolutely don't have to just live with this pain. Introducing a simple 30 to 45-minute movement timeline is a total game changer for your daily routine. Our bodies were just not made to sit still for hours on end. Staying totally static dries out joint fluid and causes stiffness. It can actually even increase your risk of deep vein thrombosis, which can lead to a stroke. Just by standing up,
Walking around and stretching for 10 minutes out of every 45, you're giving yourself natural therapy. Moving around pumps the blood, juices up the joints, and finally takes that crushing load off your lower back.
And for all you freelancers and desk workers out there, listen closely to this one. Investing in proper lumbar support is completely non-negotiable. It is genuinely one of the easiest, most critical upgrades you can make for your health. Stop using that flat little throw pillow from your couch. Get a real, dedicated lumbar support pillow or a properly fitted ergonomic chair. Your spine has a natural curve that has to be preserved, and giving it real, physical support will make your back thank you for years.
Now, when you actually do have to pick up something heavy, squatting down all the way and driving the lift with your legs is absolutely vital. Bad lifting is such a massive hazard. We've all heard that horror story of someone bending over, hearing a pop, and getting hit with blinding pain. To protect your spine from a sudden catastrophic shift, you have to squat completely down and let the huge muscles in your legs do the work. Remember, your back is a weight transfer mechanism. It is not a crane. Don't force it to carry the load.
And finally, Section 5, your next step. Because knowing all this is only half the battle, right? Applying it is what actually saves your spine. You've got to stop relying on quick fixes, ignoring the pain, or just reaching for the medicine cabinet. The absolute best move you can make when persistent back pain shows up is to consult a professional physiotherapist. And hey, you might not even need intense therapy sessions. Sometimes you just need a pro to look at your specific posture and teach you proper back care that fits your actual habits. Treat the cause, not just the symptom.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. Your body is incredibly smart. If it's sounding an alarm, it's doing it for a reason. Are you going to step up, take responsibility for your physical well-being, and actually listen to that alarm today? Or are you just going to keep hitting snooze until the structural damage is irreversible? The choice is 100% yours, but making the right call today could honestly save you decades of pain. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and remember, take care of your back today so it can take care of you tomorrow.